Yo, what's up YouTube? So this is my 4,000 mile review of my 2014 zx6 636 Ninja. I put 4,000 miles on this bike in 3 months, a little bit less than 3 months, and fuck, this being my first bike, I have had so much fun on this bike. Basically no complaints, and the bike is fast as shit. Probably one of the funnest things I've done with this bike is take it to the track. Holy fucking shit, talk about a good time and a lot of smiles. This bike was so fun to ride on the track, and it also basically crammed about a couple months of riding experience into one day at the track, because the riding coaches are there and they're giving you great advice. So I learned a lot. I learned a shit ton about riding that I applied to the street directly after the track, except the speed component. Gotta keep it safe on the street, kids. But yeah, so I definitely, after that, I felt more comfortable riding the bike and taking turns at speed with the bike. The fastest I've gone with the bike is 165 miles an hour. The bike was extremely stable at that speed. I actually, I'm glad I got it out of my system. I won't be doing that shit again. But I actually want to de-gear the bike, so I get more low end and less top end, because that's where you're going to be using it most at. And so that's what that's my future plan for the gearing part. Speaking of torque, I attempted my first wheelies on the bike. At first I started off with power wheelies, did that a couple bunny hops a couple times, and then one day I got really brave and I took the bike to about 10 o'clock from vertical, and that scared the living daylights out of me, so I stopped that. I stopped doing wheelies for a while. I grew a pair of balls back, and then I started doing clutch wheelies, and I like clutch wheelies. Damn, I can't speak English. I started doing clutch wheelies more, and I like clutch wheelies. Clutch wheelies are, to me, a little more safer. Well, I feel more comfortable. I shouldn't say safer, but I feel more comfortable doing them. But again, these are bunny hops. I'm not doing, stunt bike wheelies or freeway wheelies or anything like that. Just little bunny hops, so I could get better at it, so I could eventually do some fun stuff. Let's see. I also rode the bike in the rain. I commute to work, to school every day, regardless of the weather, and the bike is amazing. I mean, it is so damn comfortable to ride in the rain, or to ride period, I should say. The traction control and ABS is a nice added addition to safety. Have I had to use the traction control? I think it was like a couple times where I took a right turn a little bit too fast, hit some white paint, and the back end started to slide out a little bit. The traction control say, hey, fuck you, bitch, get back in line to the rear tire, and the bike straightened out real fast. So it's nice to have that added comfort, I guess. So I'm glad I got ABS and traction control, basically. Also, some of you might have noticed I took off the muffler. Loud pipes save life, kids. What can I say? So I took that shit off almost immediately. 4,000 miles later, the bike is still running great. Doesn't overheat, no burnt valves or anything like that. So that loose power on top, I don't know. I'm still hitting 165 miles an hour, so to me it hasn't lost anything. The bike is still fast as shit, and I feel a lot safer on a loud bike. People definitely notice me more, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. People notice me, and I feel safer when I'm lane splitting, because I'm here in California. It's legal to do that. Or when I'm riding on the freeway, I see people merging, and then they hear me and they stop merging. So yeah, and I noticed that more when I took off the muffler than when I didn't have it. So yeah, took that shit right the fuck off. And it sounds amazing. There is a link I'll leave a link in the description to the video where I did a flyby on the bike without the muffler, and it sounds amazing. I like it. I like the way it sounds. Modifications I've done to the bike. Well, my friend hooked it up with the Hot Bodies front windscreen to reduce the wind blast at speed. It definitely helps out. The tank grip's a nice addition. The suspension tuning, it got tuned to my weight, which probably was the best 40 bucks I've ever spent in my life. Especially on a track, I could definitely tell the difference. Let me see what else. In the turns, it really, the bike feels planted after I got that suspension tune. Let me see. Yeah, that's about it for modifications. As far as future modifications, I'm definitely going to do the ECU reflash of this bike. I hear really great things about people who reflash this bike. It really awakens the bike. For example, from the factory, Kawasaki, at higher RPMs, the secondary throttle bodies actually close to reduce the intake of noise. And if you get a reflash, that obviously is disactivated. And so it's little things like that that really make the bike come alive with the ECU reflash. And you don't have to worry about all that wiring shit with the power commander and all that other shit. So I like the ECU reflash option. I'm not trying to build a world super bike or anything like that. Just a little bit more power and make the bike run better. Let me see. With the ECU reflash, you're able to change the turn off the traction control while the bike is moving. You can't do that from the factory. You actually have to stop to turn it off. You could adjust it from 1, 2, and 3 while you're moving, but you can't turn it off. So if you want to just simultaneously pop a wheelie, you can't with traction control on, obviously. So you have to turn it off or leave it in mode 1. Mode 1 allows you to do little bunny hops, but yeah. So with the ECU reflash, it allows you to turn off the traction control on the go, and it turns on the activation for the activation temperature for the fan to 195 instead. I think it's like around 205, 210 is when that fan comes on. Let me see. Also, this little shit right here, this little throttle rocker, this thing is amazing on those long ass trips to the Bay Area or all around Northern California and the interstate when you're just wide open road and you've been holding your hand there for like a good hour. That basically requires you not to grip the handlebar, and you just push down on the throttle and boom, motorcycle cruise control. So that's a nice addition. Definitely helps with the fatigue on the wrist, or yeah, cramps in your wrist, I should say. Let me see. Yeah, guys, after 4,000 miles, this bike is amazing. I have no regrets. Bike is fast as shit. I switched bikes with my friend. He has a 650, and he rode my bike, and we rode around, and he couldn't believe how fast my bike was, and how easy it is to go fast on the bike, and how easy it is to ride, period. So definitely take that in consideration. Again, it's my first bike. I love the shit out of this bike. So much fun on the street, on the track, on the freeway, so comfortable. I really don't have any complaints I could think about the bike right now. I mean, damn. Maybe it's because it's my first bike. I don't have much to compare it to. I've been test riding a couple other people's bikes, but based off of that, man, I am so glad I got this bike. Also, I do want to get brake lines. If I'm going to increase how fast the bike accelerates, I definitely want to increase the stopping power. So I'm definitely going to get some front brake lines to increase some steel front brake lines to help with the stopping. Yeah. This video was a request of one of my subscribers, so I said, hey, why the fuck not? I give you guys an update on the bike. Obviously, you can never have too many stickers. 10 points to the person who can tell me what that sticker is up front, and those 2 stickers on the side are, yeah, 10 points if you guys could do that. But anyway, damn, I can't think of anything else for the bike. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. And yeah, another question I got was, do you wish I would have got a 1,000 cc bike, a liter bike? No, not really. This bike is more than enough power for the street. However, Do I want a liter bike one day? Fuck yes I do. Hell yes I do. Why the fuck not? I want to know what a real rocket feels like. Shit. I want to definitely get a liter bike one of these days, but right now this is more than enough power for the street than most of us will ever need. Yeah, great gas mileage, average around 40 miles per gallon. The hard part is not getting on it all the time, but if I leave it in traction control mode 2 or 3 and keep the power on low, then I could definitely, that helps me not be Valentino Rossi from the stop. I'm just kidding, I'm not Valentino Rossi from the stop, but you know what I'm saying. It prevents me from, you know, getting on it hard from the stoplights. But yeah, so it's a fun little bike. It's very maneuverable in the turns, on the track, and I can't think of anything else to say to the bike. I mean, if you're thinking about getting this bike, I would highly recommend it. I don't regret my decision. I'm glad I got this bike, and hope you guys, those of you who have it, I'm pretty sure you guys agree with me. This bike is fun as shit. And those extra 36 cc's definitely help out in the mid-range, that's for sure. So anyway, guys, I'm not gonna make this too long. Have fun, be safe out there, always wear your gear, and be safe. Alright guys, take it easy. I'll see you guys next time.